Thank you, Lascar. Look, and I do formally second the motion. Minister, you're very welcome to the House. I think this is my first time to address you since you were elevated as Minister, and I'm very happy for you, a good local representative yourself in your time. Look, we're talking here about the erosion of powers in local authorities, and I think it's important that we put things in context at the very outset. I don't believe any government or any member of this House or the lower house have any interest in disempowering local authorities. But what we do have is we have a civil service that is interested in disempowering local authorities and moving more and more decision-making into the Customs House and the like. It is no secret amongst my colleagues here that the Council of Europe has regarded the local authority system in Ireland as one of the weakest in Europe right now. Our representative bodies, LAMA and AILG, yes, we are elected by county councillors, and as such they are our constituency and we should be supporting them. And quite frankly, they are extremely concerned about the disempowerment of local authorities and the sidelining of them as the people who are on the ground who have first point of contact with the citizens within the areas that they are living. And as a result of an invitation of the Leader of the House and the last Cathaoirleach, we had local authority members in here from the regions who all made their points very strongly. And there are a number of serious areas that my colleague has mentioned. The policing bill is before the House. I know that that's not your area of responsibility, but I would ask you to engage with the Minister on it. It is outrageous to think that we would have local authority members removed or their power if you want, reduced within policing authorities. I know we're moving to a new structure, but the real people we need there are the people who are on the ground, who know what's happening, who know the individuals in the areas around them. And you'll recall yourself back in Limerick, local authority played a huge part in cleaning up Limerick back in the bad old days when we had some pretty tough people in the town. And Limerick has turned out to be a fantastic place since. And in fact, it should be a model for cities and counties around the country in how you can tackle crime. But it was local authority members supported by members of this House. And I know because I was involved with you at the time, and I know the work that you put in, and I know the work that your local authority members put in. But by disempowering them, first and foremost, we're now finding, and I believe this is the case in the political parties, I can't be sure, but I'm told anecdotally, that people no longer want to run for local authorities. They no longer want to be involved in local authorities because they see no benefit in it. I remember in 2014, when I first came into this House and when I took on the issue of councillors' pay, I remember a former colleague telling me that we don't do that on the floor of the House, we do it quietly in the corridors. We do it on the floor of the House. We tackle the difficult issues on the floor of the House, and we should never be afraid to do that. And I've never known you yourself, Minister, because we know each other a long time, I've never known you to be afraid to take on difficult issues. And we need to stop the rot. We need to get behind our local authority members. In a very short few months, even if the government lasts right up to 15 months from now, we will be going back out to our local authority members. Those of you who want to run for the Dáil will be looking for your local authority members to get behind you, to get canvasses going in the various districts. And there are some great people out there who will break their necks to help people get elected. Similarly, 90 days after that, I will spend the 90 days travelling the country, meeting every county councillor in the country, and I will be able to do it with my head held high because I have never been shy about coming forward on the issues that concern them. Yes, the accusation that I was never a member of a local authority can be put against me, but I think my record will stand for itself when the time comes. I think when we look at things like security, the personal security of county councillors, when we look at connectivity, telephone and broadband has been reduced, the amount of money they have in it. Why, Minister, when I get an allowance to carry out my parliamentary duties, and they call it an allowance, it is a sum of money that is not subject to tax. When a county councillor gets an allowance, we call it a pay, and we tax it, and we insure it, and we expect them to run their offices. And you know yourself, every one of you guys in this room, this house, know the number of people that come up to you as an elected representative looking for you to support this charity or that charity or the other charity. The money we give our county councillors is a pittance as to what the value that they deliver in their local communities. The security, they have to fight hard to get security for their homes, particularly women that serve in county councils. It's politics in general is woman unfriendly, and I see women in here. I have to say, the last minister that was just in here had the courage to stand up and take maternity leave, and fair play to her. I think she's the first in the country to do it. But we should have a system in place where members of local authorities who are female, who have had a child, can watch from home and vote from home. That's what cherishing county councillors would be about. That's what giving them power would be about. Planning, they should be involved in planning. I wonder where we are going with respect to disempowerment in the area of planning. I am certain, coming to the end of the time that I have here, I could spend the time slagging off my colleagues and saying that they're doing nothing for them. I don't believe anybody in this house is doing nothing for the people that elect them. I believe they tried their damnedest, but I believe we are caught in the sights of the bureaucrats who want to control everything. And then you go out into the council itself and you find that councillors, in some councils, a very small few, I will agree, are facing up against extremely powerful bureaucrats who do things their way. We have to get back to empowering our county councillors, to make them feel valued, to make them know that they are running local democracy, and that we should have a system here. I have a system in my house. If you call to my house and complain about dustbins or roundabouts or whatever else, I am a national politician. I can't help you. I will give you a list of county councillors that you can go and talk to, and they'll help you. And that's the way it should be. I should not be stepping into the Dáil. It's not my business. It's not where I am. I'm in the Senate, and this is where I should be. So I think we need to go back and recalibrate politics, give power to the people where they are, where they lie. Our job here is to scrutinise legislation, and that's what we should be doing. We should not be meddling in your area, and you should not be meddling in the area of county councillors. I want to see our councillors cherished, I want to see them empowered, and I want to see us take steps to ensure that county councillors are not regarded as cannon fodder to be used at elections and nothing else. And I think, Minister, I know you a long time, I think you'd agree with me at the end of the day. I know that you yourself have sponsored some very strong people in the next local election, some very good friends of mine who will, I'm sure, do extremely well when the time comes. So I think I'll leave it at that.